Hey guys, so obviously this is kind of a different type video than what I usually do, but I kind of wanted to come on today and talk to you guys a little bit about something that I've been thinking about a lot, and that's the power of starting today. Now, when I say that, I'm not just talking about content creation or YouTube shorts or whatever the case may be. I'm talking about in life, guys. Because for a lot of you guys doing YouTube shorts, doing content creation, it might not be the end all be all. I'm sure a lot of you guys have different endeavors and stuff that you're trying to do in life. And so I kind of want to talk about something today that I feel that's given me an advantage, right? And just off the bat, right? I wasn't able to grow my YouTube channels to be where I wanted them to be because I was more skilled than anybody, right? That's not how I was any degree of being successful. And you can say it's hard work. It was. A lot of it is hard work, and there's no way to get around that fact. But there's also the biggest advantage that I have, and that's just starting, starting when you suck. Start today. And the more I thought about it, the more I realized that this is something that I actually do a lot. So a quick personal story is a lot of you guys don't know, I used to make music, right? So I used to rap, I used to write songs. And I would be young and I would put together the worst piece of music that you could have ever heard in your life, right? At the time, I thought it was so gas too. I would show everybody. And looking back on it, the music that I created was total ass cheeks. By the way, I'm gonna be probably cursing more in this video because it's gonna be kind of more raw and unfiltered, but if you're 12 years old, might wanna turn this one off or just put in some headphones or something, But anyways, the music that I made was total dookie, bro. It was total dog shit. But I was literally just making the music because I liked it, right? I liked it. I had an idea that I wanted to act on. And I remembered there's people when I would show them the music, they would tell me that they wanted to do it too. And in my head, I was always just just do it, right? And I know in that moment, a lot of people I probably showed my music to were judging it, right? Same thing with content creation or anything you want to do in life. When you start out, you're gonna suck at something, most likely. That's to be expected. You never get to the highest echelons of something just by starting off, and this is not how life works, unfortunately, right? But that's when I started to realize that when people have something that they want, they don't actually always take action towards it. And it sounds kind of dissonant, or it sounds kind of, I don't know, antithetical to what they want to achieve, but that's just human nature, right? We oftentimes do things that don't always lead us to our goals. If your goal is to be jacked, you don't live in the gym 24/7 a lot of times. Sometimes you might go eat fast food, right? And that's just part of human nature. And then I started thinking more about my life. And this story isn't all about me, right? I'm bringing it back to you guys, I swear. I'm just using me as a personal experience, right? And I think about my life, and it's whenever I've decided that I wanted to take action on something, it's and I don't want to gas myself up because that's not what this video is about, but it's almost I attack it viciously, right? I'm talking about when I truly want to do something, when I've decided that I want to do something. If I want to start up a new YouTube channel, oftentimes the first video, I'll have it out that day on a new channel, branded. And it's kind of funny because it's sort of antithetical to who I am as a person. I largely am an overthinker. I think about everything in a situation, but at the same time, I understand the importance of getting reps in, of starting something and learning the whole process. Because the truth is, a lot of people wait for a perfect time. There is no perfect time. There's never gonna be a perfect time. Things are always gonna go wrong. Things are always gonna go to shit. That's just how it is. I've had a decent amount of success on my shorts channels, and I still hit many roadblocks constantly. And that's okay, that's part of the journey. But a lot of people are just afraid to pull the trigger on stuff. And that's what you guys need to take away from this video, I think. If there's something that you want, go out and do it. And to take it back to YouTube shorts, it's never been so easy. I mean, literally, it's hard, but it's simple. The difference is between shorts and long form is that with long form, if you're really trying to put together a banger video, sometimes it might take you a week or so. I don't know, if you're doing it by yourself. With shorts, you can get out 20 videos in a week. And so it becomes a game of would you rather have one data point or would you rather have 100, And if you have 100 data points, you need to be able to analyze that set of data that you have and improve on it. And then it just becomes so much easier, right? You can change your life in a couple of months if you start today. And I know I'm not saying anything crazy here, but it's less about what I'm saying and more about actually acting, right? Because same thing with YouTube shorts, tutorials and all this stuff. I can guide you guys, tell you guys all the knowledge I've acquired from me starting something without having any idea how to do it and face planting and failing multiple times. I can tell you guys all my mistakes, but if you don't act on it, nothing will change. And it's funny because I've made so much content and people start, and I've looked at a lot of these channels and they're not posting anymore. You know what I mean? People give up after a few months. It's I don't ever want to give up. How could you give up? I don't get it. And maybe it's just something that I don't understand. I don't know why I have this mindset. A lot of people think it's just because you want something more bad than other people, but I don't think that. I don't think I'm more dedicated I don't think I'm more dedicated or disciplined than anybody, really. I think that anybody could get to where I'm at. I literally do not see how you could fail if you just keep going. So like, why wait? I don't understand why people wait to do stuff, wait for a perfect moment. Like, what are you waiting for, bro? It's time to get to work. We got things that we need to do. If you want to accomplish your goals, you have to actually try. A lot of people, myself included, we fall into a trap where it's like we see successful people or somebody who's more successful than you, and it's like, oh, they got lucky, oh, they don't deserve it, and you know, sure, luck, chance, whatever you want to call it, sometimes that stuff does happen, right? But I don't want to be a permanent victim. There are people in my Discord who get monetized in 2 weeks. Brother, it took me like a year. I had no idea what I was doing when I first started making content on YouTube, and I still have so much to learn. But my point is, I'm no different than you. I got home from my dead-end retail job one night at like 11 p.m. I was tired as shit. I showered, ate something. It was like midnight and I was like fucking desperate, and I looked up on YouTube like how to make money. I'm not even joking. I looked up how to make money and I saw one video from Ecom Lifter. Absolute goat. I'm sure a lot of you guys have seen that video. I mean, it has like over 1 million views, I think, and he's basically just talking about how to make YouTube shorts. That one video, I didn't have these long tutorials. I didn't watch anybody like who's making content like me to help people out with YouTube shorts. I didn't know what the fuck was going on. I just saw the video and I did it. That's it. And I got better as I did it. And sure, it took me a long time. Like, my whole claim is never that I've been superior to other people because I have more skills or anything like that. I just worked hard. I did the work day in and day out, and it rewarded me. And it wasn't because I was getting constant rewards. It wasn't because I was receiving output that matched what I was putting in every day. I would edit until I fell asleep at my computer at night, and then I'd have to go into work the next day. And this kind of goes back to what I was saying earlier, like the overthinking thing. A lot of people spend so much time. What niche do I do? What's the ideation of the videos? Bro, just make a video. You know what I mean? Like, just make a video. That's the first step. Stop trying to figure out how to blow up in 1 week. Stop trying to figure out how to get a video with 10 million views on it. Get a video with 10,000 views. Get a video with 30,000 views. Get 500 videos with 30,000 views. Get one video with 1 million views. That's how you actually make progress. A lot of people think this comes like linearly, right? People quit because they see 5 million views in 90 days and they're like, oh, well, there's no way. I'm like not even close to reaching the monetization goal for YouTube. You can't say you don't know you're close. You could upload a video tomorrow that gets you to monetization, but you don't know that. That's why it's so important, the consistency of it. And this is where people get it wrong. You get in your head too much. You have to just do things. Don't worry about getting better once you're actually consistently uploading. Worry about, you know, trying to improve 1% every day when you're consistently uploading. This video needs to serve as a wake-up call to a lot of you guys who say you want something but don't act on it. And I have to keep going back to myself because that's the easiest thing to reference. Most of you guys, and I'm not even joking when I'm saying this, most of you guys are more successful than me if you think about it, because it took me a long ass time to get monetized on my first channel. A year. If you haven't been grinding for a year and you're not monetized, you're already you're ahead of me in a way, right? Of where I was at. And most of you guys, if you just grind out for 6 months, you'll legit be monetized. Like, looking back on it, I don't know how bad my content must have been because it just took me so long. But that's the game. I was hard-headed about it. I didn't look for any other help. I just saw the Ecom Lifter video and I acted on it. And look, I didn't get there the fastest, right? That should be obvious from what I've said, but I got there. And that's all that matters, you know? If you're not monetized right now and you don't have a monetized channel, instead of quitting or giving up, just think, in a year from now, I could be monetized. In a year from now, my life could change. In 6 months from now, my life could change. In 2 weeks from now, my life could change. Things can change so quickly. That's just why it's important for you to just keep chipping away day by day. Anyways, I know I'm kind of just yapping here by this point, and a lot of people probably won't even watch this video, and that's fine. I think the video will reach who it needs to reach. And the moral of the video is just that I can tell you everything I know about shorts, but at the end of the day, you'll be more successful if you just actually work every day. A lot of people spend so much time in their day doing bullshit. A lot of people spend so much time in their day doing bullshit. Shit that won't get them anywhere. Complaining about where you're at, it doesn't get you anywhere. Complaining about your outputs doesn't get you anywhere. Generally speaking, the more you put in with life and anything, the more you do, the more you're gonna get out of it, right? And it might not always be linear. You might not always feel like you're getting adequately rewarded for your work, if that makes sense, and you might feel like it's unfair. But at the end of the day, the only time you lose is if you give up. If you want something bad, go out, work for it, grind as hard as you can, fall asleep at night knowing that you did everything that you could in the day to make that dream 1% closer to becoming reality. And if you do that, that's how you sleep good at night, man. That's how you actually achieve your goals too. So that's all. Bye.